family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I'm assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori? Oh, hi, Cohh. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it always has been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. Hehehehe. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I ended up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but... Wait, how'd you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preps, right? That's true. What about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Oh, so it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiled, shaking her head. That's no good, Cohh. Eh? Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Hee. Sayori. I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this, so tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Ah, ha ha ha. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Cohh. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? Hee. You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Cohh? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Oh. Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I am in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me this entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about it? Why, Sayori? Eh? Why is it that you never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Cohh. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. Ah, ha, 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 ha. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. Ha 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 ha. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Cohh. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments, because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time, I pull her into a tight embrace. Cohh. Sayori. I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I got to admit, the narrator is saying all the right things in my opinion. Like, I hate to say it, but I know situations where people would just not understand how to handle this. But anyway, I mean, let's keep going. I wouldn't have it any other way. Cohh, Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her side. I mean, it's really gonna matter how, like, oof. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Cohh, Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself... If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Cohh. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. This is somebody who definitely should be talking to somebody. Like, yeah. In real life, if somebody talked to me like this, the first thing I would say is we need to find you someone to talk with. Like, no question. Like today. Like today. Sayori lets me go. As she does, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet at my house. At the very least, you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. That's surprising to you? I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? All right. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri's about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Ah, thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting a long time? No, I just got here. But I started getting really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. I suppose that's true. I didn't think that for some reason. Should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked for you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, good. I was like, At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it will be fine. I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. Ahaha, I cleaned it before you came over, so that's very considerate of you to do. No. I would be really embarrassed in my room if it was a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatch Yuri's wrist, which is in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. I didn't know you enjoyed pornography of this nature. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine, it's fine. We all have our kinks. I let go of Yuri's wrists. She puts both her hands firmly in her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started? I remove my robe and wizard's hat. Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know. Mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess it's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. Kind of happy. Yeah, I don't need to be so anxious. You can relax a little bit. Relax. Just feel it. I brought you some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah, like what? Oh, you know. Herb. Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She managed to pull out a few candles and a joint in a wooden cylinder-shaped object. Oh my god, wait a second. I did some shopping on the way home, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to lighten the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, it'd be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Oh, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes a cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole at the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is this one for? This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? It's an aphrodisiac. Yeah, it's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Okay. Don't you think this will be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable. But you seem to know a lot about this, so I trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them? Oh yeah? What will they be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would. Also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you'd put it. How far am I into this game? We've been doing this about 3 hours. About 3 hours. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Cohh. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbon. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. Looks really fancy. Ah, well. Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're gonna think it's weird. Well, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know. If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. Just keeps getting better and better. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. Is she crazy? She's been crazy from the beginning, my friend. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. Ha ha ha. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it, turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Cohh! Why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. How do you know that? Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. Ah! She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Aha! Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. I feel her tongue curl around my finger as her eyes grow red and I see her canines extend. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Oh! Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure, it was a little weird and it took me by surprise. But I guess she was just trying to help, right? I mean, Angelina Jolie carried a vial of blood of her lover around. Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Okay. You thought the first thing was weird. Now that's weird. That's like one of the first things I've seen that's actually weird. Cohh! Did you really just do that? Now we're even. Oh, I guess it was kind of smooth, but sort of? Don't yuck someone else's yum? Hey, fair point. Fair point. Okay, fair point. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Cohh. Yuri giggles shyly. Hey? Yuri calling me weird? Well, that was pretty weird. I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? Ah. I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Like, it already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. Looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Ah, thanks. Dude, is she wearing this like heavy-ass turtleneck sweater indoors? My lord. Ah, thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. Oh, yeah, from back in the day. I forgot about those. We need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water, okay? If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than the full-size glasses. Bathroom cup? Is that a thing in Japan, to have cups in your bathroom? I've never heard that. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips and bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yes? I came to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Oh, apparently a lot of people in chat have bathroom cups. Oh, okay. I guess it's just something I've never done. All right. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? Oh, here we go. I knew this was coming. No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. Does she always wear long sleeves? She might be a cutter. She might be a cutter. I actually knew multiple cutters growing up. And always wearing long sleeves is an indicator. Interesting. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it from the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. Neat! What are you going to write? Well, it will be more fun to surprise you, Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide for when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. I'm so sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like it when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. Dude. My lord. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if you're and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. Dude, that's one of the reasons I love streaming. Is because I grew up in a world where I was the only person that played video games. Like, I would spend my lunches... I'm dropping some frames, I'll let that clear up. I would spend my lunches at my school, like, reading... I'd spend them in the computer room, looking at EverQuest websites, to like look at what items were dropping in new expansions and stuff. Like, that's how I spent my lunch. Nobody I grew up with played video games. So now that I'm older, like, one of the reasons I love streaming, one of the reasons I led guilds for 10 years is because just I love hanging out and experiencing games with people. That's crazy, like how much I can relate to this chick. Like, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Kya! Sorry. Yuri reels back and I quickly lift my hand in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. I like how Blue Blood Blues is like, nerd! Hey, unapologetically, my friend. Unapologetically. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Ah, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Let me lick it off. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I guess I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. That picture, though. Oh, man. Zymne says, she sends off a lot of cutter vibes. Cohh, I can relate to this chick. Well, I can relate to parts of this chick. No, full disclosure, and I don't ever mind talking about stuff like this. I was never really a cutter growing up. I don't think I ever tried it, actually. But I did grow up knowing multiple people at my school that were cutters. And no question, and I haven't really talked about this, I was in some group therapy things growing up for various reasons. And in those group therapy places, I met a lot of interesting people with a lot of interesting maladies. And honestly, I'm kind of glad I was in those situations because I learned a whole lot about what other people go through, and I learned a lot about the perspective in which people do them. And the thing that I left those things from is a deep understanding that nobody's really crazy. Nobody is completely outside of themselves. 99% of people have very good reasons for doing what they do. And that's not something you make fun of people for, or that's not something, that's just how it is. So yeah, what is a cutter? There are people in the world that have immense physical and emotional relief by harming themselves. Generally, they will do it responsibly. There are parts of their body that they can cut where it doesn't really hurt them, but they bleed, and they get actual emotional and physical relief by doing it. It's a thing. And it's obviously not something anyone would recommend to anyone, and it is the definition of self-harm, to put it bluntly. But that's just how some people react to overwhelming situations differently, and that is a way that people react. Yep. There's also ways that people react overwhelmingly to stressful situations that are a lot more in the public eye, like smoking cigarettes. I can't tell you the amount of people that smoke cigarettes because they have serious issues going on in their lives that they're unable to handle, and they rely on nicotine. So, people think like things like cutting and stuff are weird, but you go around the world and millions and millions and millions of people smoke cigarettes. That's honestly an indicator a lot of times. Not for everyone, of course, but for a lot of times, that can be a huge indicator. So, again, I would say don't yuck someone else's yum, but this isn't really about that kind of stuff. What I will say is always be open-minded about that stuff, because 100% normal people can have attributes that seem strange, but if you really talk to them and learn why they're doing it, it's really not that strange. So anyway, enough about that. Let's see what this weird thing is going to happen here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with a towel. Is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. You're wearing a turtleneck sweater indoors. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand. But Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through silently parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Girl, are you what's in that little wooden container? Oh my. Did you grab the wrong container? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist sends a tingling sensation through my arm. And suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry, I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Hey! Thank you, Luxypucks, with the 10 gift bomb. My dude. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the events that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush, and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finished filling the night sky with dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. Lampsu says, just a cursory Google search, jasmine oil is best suited for women. It works as an aphrodisiac. Oh my. Hey, the more you know. Okay. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? It's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. Aha. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? Ah, no, it's not that. I'm just glad we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. Ah, so you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we would have extra time after finishing the work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is we got everything done, right? Yeah, so I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. Sounded like she rarely got the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that... yes, she is. But